Okay, here we are back in Orion. Where we last left off, we started the ending sequence, and now we are going to jump on a different route. To commence this one, we are going to ignore Virgil, back when we were given the choice to in Section 1, I believe. I try to ignore him, still rather uncertain about obeying something I've only just met.
What the heck are you doing? I'm talking to you!
I freeze. It's not because of Virgil, it's just the crowd. This place is completely unfamiliar to me.
How am I supposed to believe anything you tell me?
Well, that's easy. See, I think you're forgetting about the part where I'm an AI with a rather tremendous amount of information.
Huh, so he's not sure how much information he has. Interesting.
None that you're willing to share.
Now, why would I do that? That's right. You're incredibly boring! At least pretend like you're listening.
Virgil instructs me to keep pushing through the crowd. It's an incredibly difficult process that seems to get more and more packed the deeper I go. Everywhere I look, there's some piece of unionist propaganda. It's not posters, then it's symbols on the people's uniforms.
Go ahead to the intersection. On your right.
I think this is all stuff we've seen before. Luca would be worried, time jumping.
But that's another alleyway.
Feet are locked.
It's safe.
Okay, we're jumping to the next. We're gonna stay in Section 1. I decided to stay here in Section 1, knowing the journey back home would be too dangerous. If I'm here, I might as well make use of the time. Trying to contact Luca or anyone else would only get me caught. This mission of sorts, if you could even call it that, will have to be taken alone. But that's alright. I've handled being on my own before. Sure, Luca was with me. No, I have to do my best to remain strong. I turn from the wall and walk back into the throngs of people in the central area of Section 1. When I hear the frantic beeping, I know Virgil's going to be annoyed. This should be fun.
Are you absolutely out of your mind? Do you know what could happen if you stay here?
It's better than wasting the time heading back.
Well, even if you're resigned to making idiotic decisions, I'll still do my part and guide you on your way.
You've been just an amazing help already, Virgil.
I do try.
I take my time moving through the crowds. I feel more relaxed, even though I know I'm more lost than I was before. This time, when I look at the Unionist literature, something connects in my mind. Unionism is all about the community working together for progress. I guess someone like me could be dangerous to that vision. What is the value of such menial tasks if I'm able to go anywhere and any time? I don't understand how this works, but I can see where the conflict would arise. Even more, it's likely a power they'd want to harness for their own uses. Didn't they know about...
Found you.
I didn't even have a chance to react. All of a sudden, pain returns to the back of my head. It takes a second for me to realize I've been pushed into a wall at the edge of the area. People stop and stare. Will someone help me? A group of security officers surround the scene, preventing anyone else from intervening. So, this is something to do with the government.
Cyrus, please, just let me go! One time's enough for me, Sam. You don't have a choice.
I'm stuck against the wall, body not responsive to my desperate pleas to leave. Security officers all have weapons of some kind, but it's Cyrus who's leading everything. I made the wrong decision.
I'm sorry to say that we have business to attend to.
Really? You think your little computer program's going to save you?
Let up!
I suddenly can't see anything. My body already filled with pain shudders. I feel like throwing up. Cyrus staggers back, nearly collapsing on the ground. Whatever Virgil just did, it affected Cyrus just as much as it did to me, if not more.
Let go!
The security officers are also stunned, giving me the chance to run down the path Cyrus had pushed me against.
You never mentioned you could do that!
You never asked!
I make my way as far as I can from the security officers. Virgil definitely has an enormous trove of things he's refusing to talk about. He even has powers of some kind or other. I had to confront Cyrus again, and this time he had support from the authorities. With this, I know Virgil is at least telling some truth. His motives, though, remain unclear. When I finally got far enough away, I nearly collapsed against the building wall I lean on. Yeah, there's a tense conflict here, I think. I'm away from my family. My one friend is trying to hurt me, and the only help I have is something that likes to play games with me. I've never felt so helpless. And now we're in a new chapter 3. Even when I stopped running, I didn't feel safe. Why would I? The power of the garment on Orion is incredible. Frankly, to be this far away from those guards is incredibly lucky. Of course, I have Virgil to thank for that. Even with this thing, I'm not sure how I'll make it out of this alive. I've been thrown into something I don't understand with a set of tools I can't use. Usually, when I'm faced with a mechanical problem, I'll go back to the beginning to see where the error occurred. All systems function with the same logical setup. Any program. Luca once joked that I apply this idea to too many things. Even life, he'd ask? I'd always nod my head. If you think about it, the experiences we have always seem to follow a similar formula. The cycle of change. But how to use that for my present crisis? I don't know what Cyrus even wants of me. He says I have powers? Okay, sure, whatever. Even if that insanity is true, Virgil said I could screw things up if I don't know how to use it properly. I'm stuck. There's nowhere for me to go. I lean my head against the wall. I can feel the cold beads of sweat pressing into my skin. My hair is likely a mess. Why do I always think of the stupidest things in situations like this? Oh wait. I've never been pursued by a former friend with superpowers. Perhaps I should feel lucky. Bravo, Sam Acacius with the award for most incredible social skills ever.
How much longer will you continue to ignore me?
Let's say something.
Sorry, Virgil. I don't know what to do. All these terrible possibilities keep floating through my mind.
You need to get over them and keep going. You're in too much danger to get all depressed all of a sudden.
I adjust the way I'm sitting, trying to tilt myself away from the few people I can see down the path. Virgil's words don't make me feel any better. Maybe he'll finally give me something that's useful.
That pulse back there. What the hell was that?
The trickster never reveals his magic, Sam.
Why did I ever think Virgil would help? I'm an idiot.
It made me feel awful.
I imagine Cyrus felt the same way.
So when I saw him in pain, it wasn't just my imagination. If it affected both of us similarly, it must be some kind of temporal weapon. Or something. I'm new to the whole being a time traveler thing, so my vocabulary isn't the best.
What did you do?
Only a slight shifting of my perceptual matrix in the space-time coordinates where you were standing. I can't risk doing it too often since it risks messing up my internal programming too, but it's definitely a valuable weapon if one needs it.
My original thought was that Virgil was built simply as some kind of messenger. The setting sun rises as the moon weeps. Anyone can tell this is a metaphor, but I doubt he was sent simply to transmit what I could have received through other means. I pause, not giving Virgil any response as the puzzle comes together. He was created with a weapon capability. Whoever sent him knew the obstacles I'd face. That means the person that sent Virgil knows something about who I am and my powers. He's already suggested Kiyomi has something to do with it. Whatever connection she has, though, is still vague. I finally sit up and move my thumb to the side of my pad. I try to get a closer look at Virgil, if only to make this conversation more private.
You were sent to protect me.
A huge grin overtakes Virgil's face. Before he says anything, I already know I've gotten something right.
You're on a hot streak, Mr. Acacius!
I know you won't tell me everything, but
What question can I ask that he'll give me an answer without making Virgil uncomfortable about spilling a secret? Wait, that's it.
why can't you tell me everything?
So it's a funny story.
Well, you finally put the first piece together. At a minimum, my system can transfer information at any point in time. While space-time is an adaptive fabric, paradoxes should still be avoided.
Wonder if that mic picked up my wrist cracking.
Now, this doesn't mean that they'll destroy the universe or some silly nonsense like that. Simply that it makes instability more likely.
Adaptive fabric. I remember learning about that theory in our advanced physics class. The idea that a ship could warp space-time to go back or forward. A sort of temporal wormhole. Instead of going to an alternate universe to go through time, you'd essentially travel through the same one. There's always the problem of seeing yourself, though. The old grandmother paradox. If you go back... I always thought it was your grandfather, but whatever, we'll run with this. If you go back in time to kill your grandmother, your birth is prevented. But then how did you go back in time in the first place?
You said Cyrus sent me back in time by 3 days. Is there another Sam in Section 6?
No, the only Sam is right here.
And that's the adaptive fabric thing.
Then what happened to the Sam who was here first?
Synchronized?
Space-time adapted to make his departure as stable as possible. It's almost like it has a mind of its own.
Does he mean that time itself made the other Sam disappear? Or is it that he's still here somewhere, but I'll never be able to see him? Not that I want to talk to another Sam. One of me is plenty. Luca would go crazy if he had to deal with two. Virgil claims he can transmit information at any point in time. If that's so, then he's practically omniscient. No wonder he's so hard to get through. Still, he doesn't have to be such an ass about it. Let's stand up. Virgil's probably given everything he's going to by this point. No matter how much I ask him, he'll always try to be watchful of saying too much. Whatever this instability he speaks of, it doesn't sound good. Just another wonderful thing to add to my list of crap to worry about.
That's him!
Shit.
This is probably a good time to run again. You know, if you don't want to be captured at all.
I want to smack Virgil for his tone, but the advancing guards are definitely a bigger problem. I run as fast as I can, even though my body is completely exhausted. Every joint aches, every muscle feels sore, even as my shoes seem to protest. The dim lighting of the area makes this ordeal more terrifying than it already was. I've already had to flee from them once after being hit by Cyrus on 2 separate occasions. Lost in my thoughts, I trip, nearly sending my stuff flying onto the ground. I catch myself at the last second. I get back up. The voices are further, but not gone completely. It sounds like it's just the government officials pursuing me. Cyrus doesn't seem so incompetent. Whatever Virgil did must have slowed him down considerably. I don't stop running until my body's objections overwhelm the little willpower I have. I fall back against some exterior, panting and somehow even more tired than I was before. Why did I choose this? Why did I allow this to happen? Would it have been better to just accept my fate with Cyrus? Maybe he really does have my best interests at heart. No. Who am I kidding? They probably want to dissect me. Cyrus said I was artificial, implying that this thing was given to me. Well, I don't want it. Not if it's leaving me in pain in a place far from home. I want my brother.
Sam? Sam, I think you've lost them.
Why? Why is this happening to me?
I let the pad drop beside me. There's no reason for me to hold the damn thing anymore, and I just... No, I'm not on screen anymore. I can't do this. All this running without knowing a damn thing. The few things I do know scare me. Let them take whatever they want. Please.
Hey, Sam. It's going to be okay.
Wait. What did he say? I don't trust him. Even with the help he's given me, I can't. But his computerized voice, it makes me feel relaxed, at ease. I sigh and lean back, wiping my eyes. I'm not crying, but the sweat from my forehead is getting annoying. Can't even take pity on myself. Slowly, I stand up. I run my hand through my hair, trying to knock whatever this bad sense is out of me. I don't don't like feeling this way, but sometimes I can't help it. When the world is so big, with so many people, it's strangely easy to feel alone. Even when I had Cyrus as a friend, it was still difficult. People say that they understand what that's like. They're lying. I lean down to grab the pad, placing it by my side as I try to take a step forward. The ache is still there, only worse than before. It's as if I'm being punished for taking a pause. I look at where I am. Section 1 seems so desolate. So much has been built for no purpose. I turn the corner and see a bunch of people playing PAX of all things. I don't know why they're doing it in a place like this. An issue of privacy? Something seems familiar about the team in the holographic projection, but I can't make it out. Looks like these kids are just watching the game. The device just shows what it looks like, but there's nothing hooking people up to the system. The game's very competitive.
You seem intrigued. What for?
I don't know.
Do you feel alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just getting this strange feeling like I've seen this before.
What could possibly be causing that, I wonder?
I wouldn't be surprised.
What's that supposed to... Hey!
Some kid ran into me trying to get to the game. What a jerk.
Looks like this game involves the Kaito siblings.
Makes sense. I've seen them fight in packs before. Not that I care to think about those guys right now. Still, Virgil's not even at the right angle to look at the match.
How can you tell who's in the game from here?
PAX is connected to the central computer system. It's the only server that can handle the complexity of each game.
Direct connection. The only way Virgil would know that is if he's also directly connected. That explains it. The only way he was able to get onto my pad so quickly was to travel through the Orion network itself. The people that sent him must be from the government. Sure, there's rumors that the revolutionaries also have access to the system in places, but those are just whispers. I'm still on the fence about how to handle this all-knowing douche I have to carry around. I better find out soon.
General reset is now employed. Evening lighting has been initiated.
The lighting of the entire ship will fade soon. The announcement means it's getting late. I have nowhere to go, much less rest. I have no choice but to find an isolated spot and hope I don't get caught. Some shut-eye would be good for me. I find a spot and sit down, resting my head against the wall. I close my eyes, focusing on anything that'll get me to relax. Right now, that means very little. So tired. And now we're in the next chapter, I think.
Am I getting through?
Loud and clear!
How is he?
Asleep.
And you're remaining quiet over there so he gets rest?
Don't tell me how to do my job. I'm handling everything just fine, thank you.
Relatively speaking, I guess.
Your frustration suggests he's not abiding by the plan.
Me? Frustrated? Never.
Virgil?
No, he's following his own idiotic impulses.
You'll need the access codes to the...
Already have it.
Keep the kids safe.
Have faith in your own creation.
Then stop giving me reasons to be skeptical.
That's no fun.
I'm afraid that's not something I can promise.
I don't know how long I've slept, but the darkness outside indicates it hasn't been long. I press a button on the pad to check the time. Only a few hours. Great. Wait a second. There's something flashing on the screen. On the screen is a set of instructions in an unspecified numerical code.
Virgil? Virgil, what is this?
He says nothing. I press the button again, but I can't get the message to get off the screen. It tells me to go a certain way between these buildings. Where does he want me to go? Last time I got something like this, it ended up giving me the brilliance that is Virgil. Do I follow? Sure, what's the worst that could happen? I think what Virgil's having me do now, it must be important. I know the message can come from someone with access to the computer system. And if he was really working with the government officials who want me, he wouldn't have done the pulse against Cyrus, right? Still, this seems to be a route towards the tunnel system. Luca uses that to get through his work on a daily basis, but this seems different. It's worth a shot. I follow every zig and zag through the buildings the instructions tell me to do. Everything's so quiet at this hour. I can only hear my own quiet footsteps. Even with all these changes, I feel like I haven't walked far when I stand in front of a locked door. The door itself looks like it's to the entrance of a large building. It's hard to tell where I am exactly, but the curvature of the sky suggests I'm near the inner part of the hub. I know one of the spokes of the Orion goes through Section 1. Maybe this is an access port of some kind. I look at the numerical code indicated on the pad and type it into the setup on the door. It works. Slowly, I walk in. A series of steps takes me a few feet below the surface of the ship into this tunnel system. I've never seen anything like it. Even the one time I went to the engineering deck with Luca, things looked and felt different. I wonder who uses this place.
Why here?
You said you wanted to talk to Kiyomi right away, right? Well, this is your best shot.
Are they gonna fire us at her like a high velocity round or something? Or I look at the pad and find that the instructions have changed. It's now far more simple. Keep going.
What about the security system?
She's feeding them a false image, but you don't have much time.
She?
Your inquisitive nature is going to get you killed one day. Ask later.
So Virgil's with the mob, is he? I groan. Of course, the light here has to add to my annoyance. The pain in my body and my lack of sleep just isn't good enough. Even with these instructions, I proceed carefully. A sense of enormous fear makes my body begin to shake. I have no idea what faces me at the end of this, what enemies I'll have to beat. I still lack even an understanding of who my enemies are. Virgil's lead... I need to proofread this a bit more. Virgil's led me this far. To stop now would be foolish. I keep going, even as my uncertainty makes it difficult to walk. Only a few yards ahead of me, the path leads to a newly opened door. I don't see anything besides the edge where the door used to be closed. Quiet footsteps echo through the tunnel. Them?
Looks like you made it.
What? What's going on? Deputy Kiyomi?
Everything on point, Virgil?
Yes, ma'am!
The Deputy Tribune of Orion, and by her knowledge of Virgil, a scientist? Like, this doesn't quite make sense to me, but we'll move forward. Why would he bring me to meet them here? He had said it'd be better to find her later, and yet here they are. Was he lying to me back then?
Don't be so afraid. Virgil brought you here for a reason.
You know about him too?
Someone had to authorize his creation.
You're not here to hurt me?
Of course not, Mr. Acacius. On the contrary, we will keep you from Faye and the others.
Faye, as in Director Faye, the leader of the Orion. Why is she working against him? Am I being used as a pawn in someone else's political game? I step back, my face filling with worry. I've gone all this way, and yet I do not know who to trust.
Perhaps the poor boy would feel more comfortable if you introduced yourself, Arwen.
The brown-haired woman smiles and walks right up to me. I can't tell whether I'm actually shaking or if I'm imagining it.
My name's Arwa Hakim. I'm a special researcher for the Council.
Don't be so humble. She created Virgil's original programming.
So you're the one we have to blame for everything. Her. Virgil must be one of the most complex programs in the entire world. The ability to essentially travel through time embedded with a live consciousness. Or even if he's not actually sentient, it's still an incredible fake. She acts like it's nothing, her expression relaxed despite everything.
He was made as a guide of sorts. The only entity that could follow around a chronate like you.
That word. The same thing Cyrus told me when he forced me into that time jump. What does she know? Let's ask about chronates.
Chronate? That's the powers I have, right?
Exactly. No human has this power innately, but you were specially given it at birth.
Why?
Unfortunately, yeah, I don't know.
The phantom image on the security system won't last much longer before it resets. Let's get you somewhere secure, Sam.
Can't they download it? These two know the answers to all my questions. If Kiyomi truly is working against Faye, maybe that means she's also opposing the plan to destroy Section 6. Virgil brought me here after all, and he's repeatedly protected me against bad decisions. Nothing is without risk at this point. I should stop fretting and go with them. The sense of dread hasn't left me, and I doubt it will anytime soon. Kinda wish I remembered how long the previous line was. We walk ahead, following Arwa as she moves through the tunnels. She and Kiyomi seem to be on good terms. I never thought politicians could actually have friends. No, I shouldn't put too much faith in them yet. We haven't spoken long enough for me to gauge their intentions.
Miss Hakim? If you know about my powers, do you know of any way to remove them?
Almost certainly not, Sam. It's part of your very genetic structure. We don't have the technology to do that. Safely.
No way to change this. I'll always have the power to warp time, even if I don't want it. I never wanted this ability or the attention that comes with it. And if this happened before I was born, does that mean Luca knows something about this?
Where exactly are you taking me?
My lab, of course. It's the one place only I go into.
It's better than nothing. My footsteps sound quieter as I turn the corner. For once, I feel like I may be in good hands. Okay, I had to stop playing for a little while, but I'm back now. They keep me in this area for a few days, give me an opportunity to rest that I haven't had since this whole thing began. 3 days, and it feels like an eternity. While Kiyomi had to leave to give the speech before Section 6, I learned her motivation for joining Arwa and Virgil. At least partly. She opposes the decision to destroy Section 6. Faye's argued to the Council that it's necessary because of the large levels of non-compliance with unionism and high rebel activity. Arwa's been in here more frequently, as this is where she works. She says she's come up with a plan of how to solve the issue of Section 6 if Kiyomi can't stop it before the Council. When I asked what if something happens to her before she can start the operation, she just laughed. Virgil is my backup, she said with a smile. She definitely has her reasons, even if I think Virgil's a snotty excuse for a sentient mind. My thoughts are interrupted as the door opens, revealing Arwa. She's claiming the place is sealed off. I'm beginning to doubt that more and more.
I hope you're doing better.
I've practically slept for 3 days, so... yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have anything better to do with your time, don't you, Sam?
Good, good.
She walks over to the area I've made my horribly uncomfortable bed. Hey, when you're tired, any place is good.
I have news that I think you'll like.
Something about her plan?
Yeah? What is it?
Virgil told me he's explained the PAX link-up to the central computer system. That is where the life support destruction protocol is placed. They're not going to simply go through the area and kill people individually. Rather, there's a specific inbuilt way to quarantine an area and remove life support.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like there definitely is a recommended order to go through these endings, because we've seen that firsthand with the Kaitos ending already.
If you can get to that program through PAX, you'll be able to destroy it.
She doesn't mean just smash the computer with your head, though.
That's no fun.
There's a manual entry code which you must enter in the computing area. Either that, or your temporal powers could affect the protocol itself.
That's not something I know how to do.
Virgil's here for a reason. He'll be with you in the system.
Why can't he do it?
Because he's
His
lazy.
powers are too weak compared to yours, Sam. It must be you.
I'm sticking with the lazy theory. This plan sounds insane. I can see where Virgil gets his personality from. but it's a chance I didn't have a few days ago. The government is still after me. They'd likely kill me if I even got the chance to use the code. Is that something I'm willing to give up? The consequence of doing nothing or even greater would mean my entire home's destroyed, all those innocent people, including my brother. I always have these time powers to try out if something goes wrong, I figure. It's likely dangerous if I do it, but it's a card I can use just in case. At least now I have a plan. A plan made by a crazy scientist lady who programmed a horribly annoying computer, but a plan just the same. The burden of such a request is so high I can only nod. With that, she stands and begins a flurry of movement around the room. Looks like the plan is in action.
You've been absent from planning meetings, Kiyomi.
I've already expressed my opinion on the matter, Director.
Yeah, the art assets look considerably different than before. Lower quality.
Veto so late in the process is foolish. You'll be overridden. It will happen as I've already decided.
Plus his hands are a little weird.
There's some factors the others haven't considered. You were misleading them.
We're not having this debate again, Kiyomi.
As the Deputy Tribune, it is my right to have it as many times as we need to.
I never thought you would be this difficult.
You haven't even seen half of what I'll bring to that meeting.
And I don't think I ever will.
Goodbye.
Further orders, sir?
End this completely.
Arwa, I've lost readings on Kiyomi.
What?
Something's happened to her. I'm also detecting time jumps throughout this area.
I stand up from my position, having been looking over a map of the central computer
What
systems.
does that mean?
It means we've run out of time. We have to begin the plan immediately.
Everything is moving so quickly. Even in my short time here, it felt like I was adapting to the steady pace of planning. The revelation of my powers has shaken my understanding of the world I'm in, yet at the same time, I felt like it's given me some meaning. This plan, this last-ditch effort to save my home, I was conflicted about. Still, standing near, watching as Arwa is looking at me with a nervous expression, I know that this isn't a surefire way to win. Using PAX as a way to destroy the protocol, literally connecting to the computer and moving it from the root, is itself risky. There's no way to know there isn't a backup of it somewhere. Sure, it might take a great deal of time for them to get it back and running, but the possibility exists. What Arwa's implied from the beginning is clear. Even if the protocol is destroyed, there's a need to disseminate all this to the general public. Even the staunchest unionists will oppose the government if we get to send the message first. This was likely something they considered too when putting their own plan together. This is going to be a race to win.
We have company!
Arwa rushes over to me, firmly grabbing my shoulders. Right behind me is an interlink to PAX. If they're already here, I might not even have time to do that little piece.
Listen to me, Sam. The only way you get out of this alive is by using your powers.
What about PAX?
There's no time for that. Even if you do the interlink, it could rip you out of it if you're not quick enough. You've had no time to practice.
She's right. I'll have to use my powers to get over to the computer chamber myself. I wanted to avoid this if I possibly could. I still have no knowledge of how this power works in the first place. I feel like the world's closing in on me. People are at the door, trying to get in, and I'm locked from going into the server where I could be safe. I had gone into this place as a sanctuary of some kind, but it's become a prison.
Sam, let us in. We're here to help you.
Hey, it's Luca.
Luca!
My heart practically explodes out of my chest. I never thought I'd hear Luca's voice again, much less in a place like this. What is going on? Why is my brother on the other side of the door?
Sam, you can't open it.
What? It's my brother!
If he's on the other side, that means he's working for Faye.
No, that's insane!
Trust me.
Arwa was telling me that my own brother, the person who's protected me since I was so little, is here to hurt me? Her face is so serious despite the craziness of her comments. Virgil had said Cyrus was time jumping around the area, possibly trying to find me. But Luca's here. Luca's here and he wants to see me. I have no idea what's going on, but I have to believe my own brother wouldn't betray me like this. I can't believe it. Arwa can't be right. Please, this isn't something I ever wanted to face. Let's trust Luca. He's our brother, right? Nothing can go wrong. I don't even have time to get to the door. It's crushed by some object as it falls to the ground. I see a series of guards begin to enter the room, immediately restraining Arwa. I can't seem to find Luca. Before I have a chance to do anything, I'm kicked in the gut by one of the guards. The pain radiates throughout my body, and I can't move anything in response. I've never felt so helpless, and I can't even find my brother.
It's great that I can run into you again, Sam. Friends have to stick together, right?
Cyrus walks in with that horribly proud smirk. I want to punch him. I want to yell and scream, but I can't. I'm still confused as to what's going on. My brother was supposed to be here. Even if I was confused about what to do, at least I should be seeing him. Cyrus walks up to me as I'm hard against the wall. Even if I have strength left, everything's faded inside my heart.
They'll lock you up for good. Make sure you don't cause us any further trouble. How does that sound?
Not very effective. It's a time traveler we're talking about. I can't speak. Too shaken to do anything. Arwa's already been taken out of the room, and I figure I'll be next. I remember what happened the last time I allowed Cyrus to grab me. The pain, the confusion, the shit that he made me experience. It's all his fault. Everyone's going to die, and I failed. I couldn't do a damn thing, and now he's taking me in.
Let's get moving.
I shake my head, looking up at Cyrus as I stare him down. I can't go. I can't move from the spot as long as I've been lied to. Where's Luca? Where's the one bit of hope I want in this terrible existence I live in? If Cyrus thinks he'll get me to go with him, he's got another thing coming.
Move. No! This isn't up for debate.
I said no!
I can't move. My feet are restrained to something and I can't move. It's been days since I've been able to even turn my head, and I don't understand. Did something happen? Did something go wrong? What? They say I'm not allowed out. They say there's things to learn from me. I don't know what they mean. I can't move my legs. The light is annoying on my eyes. I close them, wishing I were back home. They say that's not going to happen. They know what I'm trying and they won't let me.
Brother...
And a happy ending where Sam got what was coming to him. Okay, time to travel the other route. Let's ask about Virgil.
Guide. The message!
Message?
There was a riddle. Something within Virgil's program when I first received it.
I didn't embed any message in it.
The phantom image on the security system won't last much longer before it resets. Let's get you somewhere secure, Sam.
These two know the answers to all my questions. If Kiyomi truly is working against Faye, maybe that means she's also opposing the plan to destroy Section 6. Virgil brought me here after all, and he's repeatedly protected me against bad decisions. I'm going to hit the skip button and see what we miss. Okay, let's trust Arwa. Against everything I believe is right, the sense of fear at the unknown still holds me tight. Something is wrong. Luca shouldn't be here. Even if he is, I don't believe this is the way it's meant to be. I gently push off Arwa, giving a firm nod before my fingers roll into fists at either side of my body. I can do this, I tell myself. I can get to the computer area and disable this monster of a program before it's too late. All it takes is a belief that Arwa has put her trust in me correctly. I haven't used my ability yet, but I know I have what it takes. I'll see my brother soon. managed to do my first time jump successfully. I'm tired from it already, even though I only moved through space. I hurry quickly over to what appears to be the interface system. I don't see a pad to press the access code in just yet. I can find it, I know I can. I hear the sound of doors opening in multiple areas around me. Looks like guards are trying to stop me from removing the protocol.
I have enough energy for one more pulse, Sam. But it'll hurt you, too. Can you handle it?
Yes, I can do it. Just stop them.
Love it.
This entrance system works like I think it does.
Please insert authorized code.
So close.
I type as fast as I can into the system as the guards continue to advance. They shout things at each other as if deciding whether they're going to shoot me.
Stop him! Virgil! On it!
As soon as the pulse is emitted, I let out a cry of pain. Like before, my body feels like crumbling under its own weight. I can't let it. Not now. Not when I'm right here. I nearly fall on myself trying to stand up right at the interface. I reach up, slowly inching my way towards the system before typing in the last few digits.
This better work.
A message reads out on the screen. My vision is too hazy to read it.
Life support deactivator protocol has been removed from all systems.
I told you. I'd be in central computers, bro.
My vision fades completely and everything goes dark. The sounds around me are muffled by the blankets I'm covered in. I can't tell at first, but it seems I'm in some kind of medical bay on the ship. My belongings are in a chair right next to the bed. Virgil's there too. He tells me I was able to destroy the program. Ara was able to spread the news of the protocol at the last second. Faye was forced to retreat from it completely. Virgil doesn't look happy. I don't understand.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Sam, but this still isn't right. Let a new sun rise.
Anyway, that wraps up the Arwa ending. Do we get one last line before we're sent back? And there we go. So, how many routes were there? I think there's 2 more routes. And, well, hopefully they go a bit faster. We will be retreading some ground here since we went down 2 very different routes so far, so hopefully the decision point will